Good morning, everyone. If you're catching this live here at 7:25 a.m., good morning to you. Or if you're catching the replay, whether it be in the afternoon, the evening, or near the nighttime, we just want to say thank you for tuning in to News in Motion. Today is May the 2nd, 2024, and it's the day that we all know and love. It's Thursday. It means it's Town Hall Thursday. And also here in News and Motion, our Thursdays are what we like to call our Friday Eve. So, of course, we got some headline news. We're going to keep it informative but light on the other side. But also, that means we have a guest today. If you are watching us here on YouTube or on LinkedIn, you are able to see our graphic. We have a guest for Town Hall Thursday, so be sure that you stick around to hear from our guest, Miss Tonnisha English-Amamoo. She has a lot of information for us this morning in regards to Town Hall Thursday. So be sure that you stick around, grab your paper, grab your pen, invite a friend, let them know that you're tuning into News in Motion. For our audio and podcast listeners, we just want to say thank you for turning those dials to NIM today. Before we get started, just a few shout outs to our viewers. Miss Regina Shorts, good morning to you. Miss Adrian, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Auntie Kim. Good morning, Miss Sardinia, and good morning to my mom, Miss Latrice Jones, who are all tuning in through the tubes of you. So, without further delay, y'all know what we do here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
I promise y'all, every time I see the ending of that video, I'm like, I gotta change that last graphic. So I'm gonna have to get Carl right on it and change that last graphic. Also, real quick, I see you all rolling up in here. I see you, Lori Williams Wallace. I see you, Pastor Alex, coming in here as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of you. I too am very excited. Yes, Latrice Jones said, hey, Niche. She goes, that's my cousin, y'all, for real. That's my cousin. So very excited about that as well. But you're going to have to hold on, Latrice Jones, until we bring her in here, okay? But anyway, y'all, real quick, I am so excited about today. I'm so excited about our guests. I'm so excited about the news and everything that's going on. I'm also excited about Saturday. So if you are in Central Ohio or if you have RSVP, maybe you're coming from somewhere else, to hang out with us for the book signing. It's not necessarily a book signing. It's a book conversation. We're really excited that that you're going to hang out with us. So I have to be honest with y'all. I have been on this high with the book now that we finally have it out there. So as I shared with you all on yesterday, and I know some of you were like, say, what? Next week, we're taking a surprise break, okay? Just a lot's going on, and I'm like, okay, I got to find a way to balance everything. And I was speaking with Deborah Johnson yesterday, and she said, you need the break. I said, I really do. So we're not going to be on the air next week, but we're coming back the following week with the bang, and y'all know that will take us all the way through June. And then the Young People Takeover will happen in July. Lexi and Isaiah will be with you all Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting the second week of July. They will take you to the end of July. And y'all know, I know y'all don't like it, but y'all know we have a complete break in August. But a little surprise here. I know the RNC and the DNC will be taking place at that time. So we will pop in 2 or maybe 3 times during the month of August, but we'll make sure we'll let you know ahead of time because we got to have some commentary behind the convention, right? And then we're back completely through September, October, November to get you through the election. So November 5th, 6th, and 7th, okay? Hopefully we'll have results on the 6th of November. And hopefully they're good results on the 6th of November. And then by the 7th, we will have a conversation. I see you, Marion, coming in here. So I wanted to make sure I gave you all that information as well. What's up, Dr. Antoinette? So y'all, it is Town Hall Thursday. Y'all know the rules. Once the conversation stops, once y'all stop engaging, the town hall is over. But trust me, you don't want to miss anything that Tonnisha will have to share with you. So go ahead, text people and say, I'm going to need y'all to come on over here to YouTube because we have an amazing guest. Also, everyone on this audio be rocking, y'all. People are back to work, so they said, "Hey, how do we find you there?" So people are back to work, but I want to just say this. I love it when you all are live and you're also able to chat. That's a feature that we absolutely love and absolutely need for the town hall meeting. Y'all, Adrian says, "Smash that like button." All right, y'all, real quick. Nebraska. Your in-person voter registration deadline is tomorrow. What's up, Judy Neal? So Nebraska, your in-person voter registration deadline is tomorrow. That's Friday, May the 3rd. Montana, your voter registration deadline is Monday, May the 6th. Montana, Monday, May the 6th. Listen, y'all, it takes a few seconds to register to vote. You don't even have to leave your home. You don't. You can go to iwillvote.com and register to vote. It takes less than a few moments. So hopefully Isaiah can pop that up. www.iwillvote.com. New Mexico, your voter registration deadline is Tuesday, May the 7th. Your voter registration deadline is Tuesday, May the 7th. South Carolina, you're online. Again, go to your Secretary of State's office if you don't understand the difference. Your online voter registration deadline is Sunday, May the 12th. District of Columbia, Maryland, and New Jersey, your voter registration deadline is Tuesday, May the 14th. But as I shared with you all, Dr. Reginald Thomas's graphic on yesterday, I didn't post it if you're watching. I just told them what you said, brother. You can also register when you get there. Georgia, Iowa, and South Dakota, your voter registration deadline is Monday, May the 20th. Oklahoma, your voter registration deadline is Friday, May the 24th. And Virginia, your voter registration deadline is Tuesday, May the 28th. Let me clarify Georgia. Georgia, this is the voter registration deadline for the general runoff for federal offices. So that is Monday, Georgia, May the 20th. I realize that we give something here on live that no one else really gives. So we want to make sure you have that information if you know anyone. Dr. Antoinette said early voting starts today for Maryland's primary election. And don't forget, I shared with y'all yesterday that Dr. Reginald Thomas made a post saying that they're doing souls to the polls immediately after church on Sunday. So I wanted to get you that information as well. All right, y'all, we're going to turn to some sad news real quick. As we're building up, make sure y'all got people coming in here for Tonnisha. Y'all don't want to miss this. What this woman is about to bring to all of us is going to change your lives. Just want to tell you that. So make sure you text some people, tell them to join. Y'all, the University of California, Los Angeles canceled classes yesterday after brawls broke out. I mean, straight up brawls, okay? Between opposing groups of protesters on campus. What's up, Davia? I'm so excited about Saturday, girl. According to reports, counter-protesters attacked pro-Palestinian protesters with sticks and poles. All right, then someone throwing fireworks into the camp. Clashes continued for hours. Y'all, there's so much that's going on. They're also saying, and I have not read all this, so I'm going to give you the piece that I know and was able to fact check. Y'all, there are now what they believe to be Hamas cell groups that are causing a lot of the fighting and things that are going south on these campuses. So they're telling people to be aware. They may not be college students. They may be these Hamas cell groups. So just be aware. Y'all be aware of your surroundings. Latrice Jones, I think you kind of like prophesied or gave us a word of discernment back in October. Y'all, this is intensifying. So y'all be careful not immediately blaming students or blaming staff. It may not be them. It may be these Hamas cell groups that are taking over some of these campuses. So I wanted to make sure I shared that. The U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, was in Israel yesterday as the U.S. pursues a ceasefire and hostage release. So that is still going on. And then on top of that, y'all, a very controversial bill was passed yesterday in the House to expand the definition of anti-Semitism to include certain criticism of Israel. Now, critics say that this violates the First Amendment. So there's a lot of back and forth fighting with that will have to go over to the Senate. We're not sure yet if the Senate's going to sign that or not. But it was a bipartisan bill that's being passed. And y'all, yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is being Marjorie. And, you know, she's just not going to stop. So she is going to bring the vote to the floor on next week to oust Speaker Johnson. But Speaker Johnson really has it already sealed up because the Democrats said they were going to support him so that there's not a break in what's going on in the House. So we don't know what's happening there. I shared with y'all yesterday, AP News was sharing that the Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged. All right, people mad. They're like, listen here, Chairman Powell, you've been telling us we're going to have 4 rate cuts. We haven't had one yet. And then he defended it. But then critics are saying, no, he's playing politics by saying he's not playing politics and he doesn't want to be in the politics. Well, dude, you are now playing politics. So we don't know what's happening there. And Elon Musk, what is wrong with you? So the other day, people woke up who's in charge of the EV chargers, like the engineers and the staff and all of those things. And he just got money from the Biden administration to do some things with the electric vehicles. And he got rid of that whole department. I'm like, dude, how am I charge my car? Like, what are we doing here? So people are thinking he now has robots. Well, if you have robots, you can't use the money that you got from the Biden administration. Dude, what are you doing? So, y'all, that's happening as well. So that's getting ready to fall out. And he wants his money, but the Supreme Court said you can't get your money because that salary is just real crazy. Y'all, I don't know. And then we have Washington Post is reporting that the federal judge strikes down Louisiana's new congressional map. Get this, saying that the second majority black district is unconstitutional. So the black districts are unconstitutional, but the white districts are okay? All right, we see where you're going with that. Y'all, a panel on Tuesday ruled that the newly redrawn congressional map, which added a second majority black district, violated the Equal Protection Clause and blocked the state from using the map in upcoming elections. Say, what is really going on? Dr. Antoinette said, so bills are passed to expand the definition of one type of racism, but we can't teach on racism against black and brown people. Hello, somebody. Boom. That's what you said. Marion Jackson says, Marjorie Taylor Greene just like wasting the time and money of people who put her in office. Look, y'all, they get paid 6 figures. And we're paying that bill. All right, y'all, I'm going to also go. Let me see, where am I going? Because I can't wait to get Tonnisha on here. I'm going to go to cell phones in classrooms, whether y'all like it or not. Well, having students, this is happening, y'all. This is happening in Connecticut. Having students put phones in magnetically locked pouches at the beginning of the school day. This is now happening in at least 2,000 U.S. schools who were using them last year. And now Connecticut middle school got the pouches in December and they're using them. Y'all, listen. First of all, the pouches are amazing. I went to an event that was a private event and it was a taping or something. We had to lock our pouches. And when we went in, we knew we were going to be wound down and all that stuff. I was like, you want me to give them my cell phone? Y'all, that was a little interesting, but we freely gave it up and we didn't get it until we come back. And then they unlock it, they give you the cell phone and keep it moving. But y'all, that's what they're doing with classrooms. Now, this is what's happening. First, parents and students were upset about this. But what's happening is that the students are loud, their test scores are going up. They're paying attention in class. And they're not asking for passes to go to the restroom or anything like that. And they're really learning in the classroom. So we're going to see this unfold and see what happens there. And I'm really excited about it because something's going well with it. All right, y'all. As always, views expressed here are not necessarily the views of our guests. And with that, I'm so excited to bring on Tonnisha. She is the founder, Amamoo. Tonnisha J. English-Amamoo is the founder and CEO of TJE Communications. This is a boutique marketing agency helping small businesses level the playing field. Hello, somebody, through digital marketing solutions. With 10 years of experience, I'm going to just put a pin in it right there because what she didn't put on here, I was like, girl, you ain't put anything on here about Ready. Y'all, she took Ready Publication to another level. She came on with the team in the very beginning. She was our first paid employee. Well, she was a contractor. We paid her. She came. She did. She like just lit Ready Publications social media to a new height, along with email marketing. Hold on, I'm gonna get there in a moment because that's how we got so many subscribers through email by this woman. Anyway, y'all. With 10 years experience, Tonnisha enjoys working directly with business owners, helping them reach their full marketing potential. She does that and more. When she's not trying to take over the world, and she tries to take over the world too, because she is, and I'm going to say it here, a badass boss lady. Tonnisha loves, I want y'all to get all of this, spending quality time with her husband and 2 daughters, which my husband had the honor of dedicating both of them. Y'all, and I want all the women to hear this one right here. She's a pole dancer. Yes, she is. And she loves watching Housewives. So let's get started. Isaiah, bring Tonnisha in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing so good. That was such a nice introduction.
Hey, it's the truth, girl. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. So I want to jump in. Because I want everyone to get as much information as they possibly can from you. So let's see. Kim Edmonds says, focusing in the classroom. Imagine that. Imagine that, Kim Edmondson. Imagine that. All right, y'all know the rules. Y'all have to comment. Y'all have to ask questions. Y'all got to put it in here because the moment y'all stop talking, hello, somebody, audio people, y'all stay with your eyes on the road. But the moment y'all start talking in the chat, town hall's over, and we want to get as much as we can from Tonnisha because after the day, y'all gonna have to pay her, and I want y'all to pay her. Don't hear me? I want y'all to pay. Don't no negotiating her rates. I want y'all to pay her. So Tonnisha, with everything that's happening, you heard some of the news headlines that I just shared. There's so much going on. There's so many rules and regulations now with social media. We have Meta saying that they're not going to prioritize political posts, but yet there's so much information we need to get out there, just letting people know these things are happening. We have this possible, the Senate and the House and the president passed a bill to ban TikTok if it's not sold. The owner's like, I ain't selling it. So that is probably going away in January. Maybe, maybe not. With all this unrest, what can we do? And can you highlight the key advantages of having email marketing over social media platforms? I want to start there.
Yeah, that's why email is so important because we have to remember that with these social media platforms, we don't own anything. And in most cases, once your content gets added to these platforms, you don't own it anymore either. So that's something to keep in mind. So email marketing, this
hold up. We don't own it once we post it.
Yeah. Once you post it, it's Facebook's, it's Instagram. So let's say the app shuts down. You can't, get mad at them and say, hey, I need my content back. It's not yours. So,
wow. You just opened up a whole can of worms.
Yeah. So email marketing allows you just to have that direct contact with your customers, clients, or whoever. And you actually own the people, if you will. So with social media following, like with TikTok, that can go away. But your email list, you have those emails. So definitely something to keep in mind. And email has a higher return on investment. For every dollar spent, you could make $36. So versus social media, not so much. It's definitely more pay to play now.
Wow, y'all. I gotta go here. This is why I love you, girl. I love you. I'm gonna use Ready Publication as an example. When you took over the email marketing and you were sending out the emails and you were putting together the graphics and you were putting together all the things, we saw an immediate increase. So with that, we've noticed an increase in our subscribers, an increase in our purchase product, which was the magazine, our increase in the different merch that we have. So is that how you are equating that $1 to $36? Can you break that down a little bit more for us? Because it's more than just posting, it's also engaging, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. So, with social media, I think people tend to jump into social media platforms because they're free. So, and we're all on social media personally. So it feels easier to just get on there and start posting content. But most of the time when people are on social media, they may not necessarily be in the mindset of making a purchase or buying something from someone just posting on social media. There's so many pieces to the marketing pie, I like to say, and social media is just one piece. There's also email marketing, there's digital advertising, there's SEO. There's so many different things that play into your full marketing. And social media is just one piece. So ideally, the goal would be to convert your followers into actual customers. And a way that you can do that is through email marketing. So by encouraging them to sign up for a mailing list where you can talk to them directly to their inbox, give them the link to make a purchase and for them to take action and make that purchase. But your email marketing doesn't necessarily have to be focused on making money. It could be to build awareness. It could be to establish yourself as a thought leader within your industry. So, with my mailing list, just with the type of work that I do, I'm not necessarily trying to get people to go from being on my mailing list to becoming clients, even though that has happened. But the goal is to show them, like, see how I can build these emails. I can do the same thing for you. I talk about, different trends in marketing, things that are going on, and have established myself as a thought leader to the people on my mailing list, which eventually has turned people into customers or clients. So you
Okay.
should always be thinking about, how can I take a follower to an actual customer?
I love this. So let's talk about civic engagement. And we're really trying, all of us on here, we're really trying to get people to register to vote. So there's nothing to purchase. It's just clicking that link. Is there a way we need to formalize those conversations, whether it's social media or email marketing? And how do we put that out there? So it's like, hey, do we tell a story about voting or experience about voting and then put the link on there about voting? How would we build something like that? To get that out there, especially if we're trying to educate people on the importance of voting.
Yeah, storytelling works very well in marketing, no matter what industry you're a part of. So definitely storytelling. And truthfully, especially with all the AI, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So you can utilize your mailing list as a way to kind of, shift through the noise and be able to tell people, here's actually what's going on. Even when it comes to news articles, there'll be misleading headlines, and people tend to just read a headline and then they take off with it, like, oh, this is what happened. And it's like, no, you got to actually read the article. But when you're able to send out an email and when you're a trusted source, so that's another thing, when you have established yourself as a thought leader, you're now a trusted source for information. So if you're able to establish yourself as a trusted person, and then you can provide the correct information, they know that anything coming from you is going to be legit. There's no noise, there's no fluff. This is what it is. That is a great way to help build civic engagement, telling stories, establishing yourself as a trusted source, and telling people, here's actually what this means versus all of the noise, even with TikTok, with the ban that's going on right now. So essentially what's happening there, it sounds like, TikTok's banned, so it's going to be off your phone and that's it. which is not the case. If you already have TikTok on your phone, even if it becomes banned, they can't remove it from your phone. However, when apps make different updates, you won't be able to get those updates. So even just shifting through the noise is really important, and that's what your email list can be used for.
Wow, yeah. I'm glad you highlighted that because it's very interesting. And I've been saying here on News in Motion that AI has so much misinformation and disinformation, and you have to pay attention, even if you're going through it to get a piece edited and it makes some changes. You better reread that before you post it because they may put something in there like that ain't right, and you want to cancel that out. So you have to pay attention. So, how does email marketing allow for more personalized and targeted communication with subscribers? Because I think many of us, me included, and I was sharing this last week on the town hall meeting, we don't want to see when somebody unsubscribes, but we know they're not going to be there forever. And don't forget, audience, y'all need to put y'all's questions in here or comments. So can you speak to that, please?
Honestly, I love when people unsubscribe versus marking my email as spam, because that can open a whole nother can of worms with your email platform that you're using. So I always encourage people to unsubscribe. Like, if your mailbox is cluttered and you're not reading these emails, here's how you unsubscribe, because I have to pay for every person that's on this list. So please, if you don't want to be here, please, you can most certainly leave. So that's fine. I would encourage people to unsubscribe versus marking your email as spam, because, like I said, you can go through some issues trying to be able to send emails again. So, yeah, I mean, I have seen where, people have, instead of unsubscribing, marked an email as spam. And you have to go through something called like a double authentication situation, where now you have to get all of your current subscribers to resubscribe, which, can be a mess. And it can also discourage people from subscribing again, because now they might feel like, well, I'm already off the list, so what's the point in going back and subscribing now?
That happened to me once. It happened when I was going from MailChimp to ConvertKit. And in that transition, that happened. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. But that's what happened. So I'm glad you shared that. Can you discuss, let's talk about longevity. I know you and I were going back and forth the other day, but let's talk about longevity. Let's see. The staying power of email compared to the staying power of social media, because I'll use Instagram. We're scrolling. Okay, gone. It's like out of mind, just gone. Email marketing, I think we can keep going back. If I really understand it, we can file it, we can save it or whatnot. Can you speak to the longevity of the two?
Yes, so that's a really good point. So with email marketing, I just love it more than social, and I use social media. Love social media. I will always use it until it's gone. But with email marketing, it just really allows you to have that direct contact. And every, like, Black Friday, Instagram has like a meltdown because everybody's running sales. Everybody's posting about their Black Friday specials, and the app gets overloaded. So while the app is shut down, if your only game plan was to promote whatever you're doing on social media, now you've lost out on that, right? Versus with email marketing, you have the ability to still send emails and get that information out to your subscribers. And I just think something to keep in mind, with these platforms, they're so unpredictable. I mean, in my lifetime, so I first started using social media when I was like 11 or 12 years old.
Oh,
there
wow.
was this there was this social media platform called Xanga, which was basically like an online journal, if you will. And I remember that always caused so much drama because people were writing Xanga posts about who they have a crush on, or who they don't like anymore. And it was like middle school drama, right? So I've gone through Xanga, um, MySpace,
I remember
Facebook, Twitter,
MySpace.
Instagram, TikTok. Like, it's always something new. And even if TikTok ultimately gets banned, there's going to be something else that comes up. Versus with email marketing, email is email, right? You have
Yeah.
AOL, who's like the OG of email, Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, like all of these platforms, Outlook, are just what they are. They send
Yeah.
messages. And even with the email marketing platforms themselves, they're always evolving. So you can use people's data. Let's use Ready, for example. You have that data of who are subscribers to the publication, who are not. So now okay, I can approach these people different ways based on if they're subscribed or if they're not, or if they've made a purchase or if they haven't, or if they're active on my mailing list or if they're not. So you have that data where you can get really targeted with your marketing. Versus with social media, a follower is just a follower. So you can have 30, 40,000 followers, but that doesn't equate money at all.
Why?
So yeah, so I love data and analytics. So when you're able to really look into your subscriber data and get really targeted with how you're approaching people, I mean, you're unstoppable with email. There's so many avenues that you can take with your email list and grow it to this huge community, to not only, whether it's civic engagement or if you're selling hair products, email marketing is truly a way for you to get down to the nitty gritty of who is on your mailing list and how you should speak to them.
Wow. And first off, y'all see why y'all should hire her. Because as soon as she said analytics, I was like, that ain't for me. I'm going to need Tonnisha to do that. I ain't doing that part of it. But we still want that information. I want to go back to what Latrice asked. If when you encourage people to be unsubscribed, do you have the survey asking them why they're leaving? If so, is that information used and how is it helpful?
Yes, so I use MailChimp and it automatically will ask this question. Sometimes people ignore it, but most of the time the answers I get is like, I did not sign up for this list, which is like, well, that's not true because I wouldn't have just like added you, but okay, bye. Or it could be, I'm no longer interested, which, okay, that's fine. So yes, depending on the platform that you're using, it may automatically ask this question. But if not, I think creating a survey like that is super helpful. But I would not, like, after they subscribe, I wouldn't reach out to them personally and ask them like, hey, why'd you leave my mailing list? Like, can you fill out this? I wouldn't do that. But if you're able to capture that information in the process of them unsubscribing, I think that's perfect because, you can think about, okay, why are they no longer interested? Is it the content? Which, I have gone through phases of switching up the type of content that I'm sharing. So sure, maybe they're no longer interested in, this new thing that I'm doing versus what I was doing before. But, I look at unsubscribes as an opportunity to get more people in who are more aligned to what you're trying to do. So
I love that. I'm gonna be very transparent, as you know I am, Tonnisha, and then we'll get to Kim Edmondson's question. But I had to stop this. I just gotta be honest with you. When I would see an unsubscribe, I would go see who unsubscribed And if I and like how close am I in relationship to this person? And there would be times I would have an attitude like, what? And then I would want to unsubscribe to there. And I was like, that's so childish and petty, Gail, stop it. But it's like it does that to you. It's like, what is going on? But yeah, I'm with you. And you're right. I never thought about that until you said it. I'm paying for this.
No, I still look at who unsubscribed, and I definitely am like, really, girl, why are you unsubscribing? But I'm just like, okay, goodbye.
Right. But you make a good point that if I'm paying for this, if you're not wanting, fine, now allow somebody else to be in here. Kim Edmondson says, I'm with you. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Kim Edmondson says, what kind of content should you include in your email marketing? That's a great question. Yes, that's Kim Edmondson.
That is a really good question. And I will say it depends on what your email marketing goals are. So for me, it's brand awareness, establishing myself as a thought leader. So I have an email list where I send out an email once a month, and it's Tonnisha's tip of the month. And I'll go through, a blog that I wrote, and this is my my marketing tip for you for the month. It also includes a link to a podcast that I'm a part of. It includes information on how to schedule a consultation. And it also includes past blogs that the person might have missed. So I think the title is like blogs you've missed, or, blogs you may have missed, or something like that. So I think it just depends, versus if you're selling a product, and that might look a little different. It may be a product breakdown, or it may be some testimonials of a product that you're selling, and a link to purchase, or maybe a code to get, a percentage off or a dollar amount off. So it honestly just depends on what you're trying to do. Then, once you know that, then you're able to determine the type of content that you should include in that.
Thank you. And would you also add, if someone's in ministry and they want to send out prayer requests, or they want to send out prayers, would you use email marketing for that as well? If you are a pastor, a leader, consultant. So email marketing is beneficial no matter where you are on your background.
Every industry. Yeah. I mean, my church sends us emails every week talking about, what's coming up, a reminder of, because we just went from 2 services to 3 services. So a reminder about that, ways to get involved. I mean, they send something every week. So, but then I also get emails from Fenty Beauty, because I love Rihanna and everything that she's got going on. So
Me
I get emails too where they're, trying to sell stuff. And I'm always like, let me go see what they got going on. So every industry, no one's exempt from email. Everybody can use it.
I love that. Keep sending in questions. Oh, Pastor Alex, and I know Isaiah may have to leave us in a moment, but hopefully he can hang out with us for a while. But we're not in a hurry. If you're not in a hurry, we're not in a hurry, because we want to get to these questions. And I want y'all to know this. On News in Motion, you are receiving some amazing content from a small business owner, and I'm gonna stop saying small business, from a corporate business owner who's doing amazing things. And on top of that, we have a African American female who's doing these things, a mother of 2, a wife who's out here making waves in a great way. So as you all are tuning in and listening, make sure you check her out as Isaiah pops up her website again. We can get her website up there. Make sure you check her out. Pastor Alex says, what is an email subscription service and how does it work? Great question.
Yes, this is a really good question, because I think people make the mistake sometimes of blind copying people as their email list, through Gmail or something like that, but you're unable to keep track of data that way. So I personally use MailChimp. It is super user friendly. It's pretty much a drag and drop platform. They have pre-made templates for you. All you have to do is just add your logo and your branding in there. And essentially, what this subscription service does, it houses all of the people on your mailing list. It keeps track of all the emails that you're sending. It'll keep track of how many people have opened it, how many people have clicked on things, how many people have unsubscribed. You can also set up sign up forms so that people can subscribe. So as you're sharing things on social media, definitely share your subscription link so that people can subscribe to your mailing list. And then you're able to house all of that data, which we were talking about earlier, to be able to determine, who you should be reaching out to and what type of content you should be sharing with them.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, Pastor Alex, for answering that question. Are there any limitations or advantages in reaching specific demographics or interest groups through email marketing compared to social media platforms?
Well, I mean, with social media, you do have a broader opportunity to reach more people because the people on your mailing list are only there because they have subscribed. Versus with social media, your content can reach followers and non-followers. So there is, more opportunity for broader outreach on social media. But ultimately, I would say that the goal would be to bring those people from just a follower to your mailing list to a customer would be the way that I would go about it.
And how do we do? And I think that's the rub for so many. I was just recently at a women's networking event, and we just in our small groups because they did a table breakdown where we had subject matters put placed on our table, and we were saying what is the balance so that we're not beating people over their heads to hey subscribe because if we're all asking for someone to subscribe to our email, that's another 2,000 emails that's in our inbox. So how do we balance that? So we draw them to subscribe, but we're not, I don't know. We're not just getting a name. We're getting somebody who's going to come, read, click through that. How do we balance that? Because I think that's a fine line.
Yeah. So with marketing, I use like the 80-20 rule. So like 80% of the content that I'm posting on social media is me talking about, what it's like to be an entrepreneur, what it's like to be a mom boss, or, how it has been to grow my business. And then I might throw in, hey, I have this thing on my mailing list. Like, here you go. Here's the link. So I would think about that, which all of that does is what we call content marketing, which is, what we talked about earlier with establishing yourself as a thought leader. So the idea of content marketing is that you might be sharing a lot of information about your industry, the thing that you do, but you're not necessarily saying, purchase this thing from me. You're just saying, hey, here's some insight. Hey, here's an idea, or here's a thought. And then you can subscribe to my mailing list, or you can book a consultation. So I would go about it in that approach because people will tend to ignore content if it's constantly like, buy this thing, purchase this thing, subscribe to this thing. So you want to have a balance of storytelling, and then a little bit of, hey, subscribe to my mailing list. So something that I recently did to get more subscribers is a freebie that I put together. It's called 7 Days to Better Social Media. So once somebody subscribes, they get a welcome email and they get a prompt for day one. And it's going to email them every day for 7 days with a new prompt and a new tip to help them post on social media every single day for 7 days. So that was a way for me to offer something that aligns with what I do, but then also grow my mailing list. So I would think about, a one-sheeter that you can put together, or a freebie that you can, offer to people where if they subscribe, they automatically get this thing. That's another great way to build your list too.
Wow, I love this. I have one more question. on top of asking you to share about all your business because we want to support you, how do you envision the relationship between email marketing and social media evolving in the coming years, considering again the possibility of closure of TikTok and thinking about the political landscape that includes civic engagement, community building, all of that wrapped into one? Where would be the balance, and how do you think all of this is going to evolve? Because at the same time, and I know you hear me talk about this all the time, especially reading all the articles and ready. At the same time, there's so much effort or focus on trying to silence the people. Algorithm, the internet, and even the Biden administration now is trying to change some of these new fees that are coming out from internet companies, from these different platforms, web use, so forth. How do you see this evolving? And what could you give us maybe 2 steps or 2 tips on how to begin to structure our platform so that we're already ahead of what may come?
Yes, that's a really good question. So I would say number 1 is to remember that with all these social media platforms, you don't own the platform. So this platform can be here today and gone tomorrow. So the goal should always be to convert people from social media to, if it is a mailing list or if it's an online community, something else, to bring them into a space where you have a little bit more control over what they're seeing, the content, things of that nature. I also see where people will continue to utilize email marketing to shift through the noise of social media, to be able to subscribe to people who have a voice that they trust, people who they can believe in and get behind. And that will be, where people will continue to be, to make sure that the information that they're getting is trusted information. Right now, with social media across every platform, there is a ton of misinformation. Ever since Elon took over Twitter, it's been even worse than what it was before.
Yeah.
So we have to continue to think about, how can I take people from this platform into a space where I have a little more control. Email marketing is one way, but there are, other ways that you can do that. But I just always try to encourage clients even to just remember, we might have 10,000 followers, but if we lose our Instagram page, we'll have to start all over.
Right.
Versus with our mailing lists, like, we're solid there. We have the data, we have the emails, we have the people. So just keep that in mind, because these platforms are unpredictable. The way that the government is now like super heavily involved in these platforms and, trying to silence the people and not allow people to share certain content. I had a client whose account got shadow banned because they were posting certain like pro-Palestinian content, and they got shadow banned. Even though Instagram claims that they don't shadow ban people, but they definitely do. So just keep that in mind, that we don't own these platforms. So how can I convert my followers into a space where I have more control over the content that they're seeing? I can talk to them directly, and I can potentially get them to take some sort of action.
Yeah, we were shadow banned. The reason we used to have the show stream also to Facebook, and we were being shadow banned, like completely. Like people couldn't even find us, and we had the alert up there, scheduled time, everything. And it happened so many times. We were like, okay, we're done. So we just came strictly over here to YouTube, and it's also on LinkedIn. And then the podcast, the audio platforms. But yeah, we were shadow banned. It was crazy. It was,
yeah.
And we don't even have massive viewers, like live viewers, but we were still shadow banned. People would go back to look for some of our content, and it was so far down the list. And it was like, it just happened like 30 minutes ago, but it would be, they couldn't find it. So that happened to us as well.
Yeah.
I cannot thank you enough for sharing with us. And this is what we try to do here at News in Motion. I think you have a brilliant mind. You are an amazing businesswoman. And I can't thank you that you said yes. I can't thank you enough that you said yes to join me.
Of course. We go way back, y'all. So, I think when I first met you, I was like 18. I think I was like at least 17 or 18 years old. So always a pleasure. Always going to say yes to you with for me. So
well, thank you. I'm Dominic would say the same. Once you joined the team with Ready, that the email marketing and the magazine just took off, and that's because of your brilliance. Absolutely. Do you have any webinars or workshops or anything coming up that you want to promote here? We have your website. Let us know. Tell us how people can follow you. All of that.
So you can go to my website and subscribe to my mailing list. You can do that. I'm also in the process of getting certified to be a certified business coach. So that's going to be a new aspect of my business, maybe for people who are not necessarily at a place where they want to hire marketing, but they're trying to get their business to a point where it can become their full-time job or it can start making money. That's something that I'm in the process of doing as well. This is my first time saying that out loud. So definitely subscribe to my mailing list because I'll be sharing some information about that for people who are interested in working with me.
That sounded so good. I'm so excited. Like, yay! Yes. I just love it. I love it. Well, I cannot thank you enough. Again, y'all, I want you all to reach out to Tonnisha. I'm not going to beg y'all, but that's something you should do. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just saying thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Now we're going to go to the inspirational message, everyone. Again, that was Tonnisha. Hopefully you enjoyed everything she shared here during the town hall meeting. Before I go to the inspirational message today, don't forget next week, we're taking a break. I just need it. I'm just going to be honest with you all. I just need it. We've been really pushing for the release of the book. The first book conversations will take place on Saturday. I think there's like one seat left if you still want to RSVP. It's completely free. We're going to have mimosas, spiked or not. We're going to have a lot of treats to share there as well. Again, there will be no books there because I can't seem to get them. It's a good problem to have. Every time I think I'm getting an order, they tell me, nope, we got to send this book. We got to send this shipment off to Barnes & Noble. We got to send this shipment off to Target. We got to send this shipment off to Amazon. Now, I'm not mad about it. I cannot thank y'all enough. Pictures are still coming in of people taking a picture of the book when they're receiving it, of Inspire, a call to action. I had no idea what was going to happen. I received a picture last night and I just like, wow, it just came out of nowhere. So I'm so excited about that. Hopefully you received an email from the team on Monday. Some of them check your spam. Some of them have gone to spam. It gives you all the parking direction, the free parking, the not free parking, exactly where it is on Saturday. And again, if you can't be there right at 1, it's okay. We're going to have a good time. I'm so excited that my friend, the founder of Tales from the Shaker, Davia Williams Stevenson, will be doing the interview with me. We're going to have a great time, and I want you to support her business as well as Kennedy Cakes, where the book conversations will take place. So again, I'm not here next week. I want to tell you about book conversations. If you missed the voter registration deadlines, go to the beginning of this once we sign off and get all of that information. But here's the inspirational message for you all today. And that is this: pay it forward. Pay it forward. It's just amazing how God has been moving, and I'm hearing a lot of testimonies from people all over. Well, I absolutely was a part of someone paying it forward to me yesterday. just late in the afternoon, I get this text message and I'm like, wow, God. And God kept speaking to me throughout the day. And he was at that moment speaking to me, and this text message came through. I ended up having a conversation with the person, and I am in awe of how God is moving. So y'all, you never know. You never know. People may look great. They may look fine. You may think they got everything lined up, but they may just need someone to pay it forward. And for me, yesterday, someone paid it forward. And I beg of all of you, we started off Tuesday talking about blessings and praying for people and how people are dealing with depression and everything else. And I even encourage so many of you, and I know somebody did this. I won't give names. When we were done on Tuesday, someone thought about their friend who had been in this place of depression. They did not call them. They went to their house. They said, we know you're in there. Open the door. They went in and they sat with the person. They made them breakfast. And they said, okay, it's time for you to get dressed. Let me go. They scheduled a hair appointment for this person. They took care of that person for about 5 hours on Tuesday. And that person finally had a smile on her face. This person told me by the end of the day. And they said, I don't know why I never thought of that. I said, listen, it wasn't me. It was God encouraging me to share with you all how he is moving in our lives today. And God is moving. I cannot stress that enough. God is moving. So pay it forward. Pay it forward. What is it going to take for you to pay it forward? We all, again, I don't care if you're at multi-million-dollar status, if you are receiving $100 a week, we can all pay it forward, however that looks. And I believe in this season, God is calling us to rise up a remnant to do his work. A remnant. Do y'all know what a remnant is? A remnant is a very few people. We always think we need these massive numbers. We always think, well, to have an email list, we need about 1,000 people. You can have an email list with 5 people on it, and it can grow from there. You can have an email list of 5,000 people. It just means you're reaching more people and you're connecting to more of what God will want you and who he would want you to connect with. And what does that look like? Here's my thing in this season. We talked last week about come out from behind, from hiding. We talked about that. We talked about blessing people. We're talking about paying it forward. We're talking about uplifting people. We're talking about praying for people. In this pay it forward even with your closest confidants. You never know. You never know what God is saying and how he's moving. Thank you, Pastor Alex. He said, awesome town hall meeting. Miriam, pay it forward. Donita, amen. Amen to you. Lori, pay it forward. A lot of people, Tonnisha, I know you're still in the green room. They're saying great information today, that they enjoyed the content today. Y'all, this is what we're here for. And this is a part of what News in Motion is doing. We're paying it forward. We're paying it forward to small businesses. We're paying it forward to people who could really make a difference in this world today. We are paying it forward. We're paying it forward. I made a mistake yesterday. I need to make sure I mention that. I mentioned the lady whose daughter takes the computer at 73. Y'all, she's 83. So my apologies for her. She's like, baby, I'm older than that. But she's 83. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there. And she said, just to hear someone mention that she revealed that she is just now learning to read. She said that gave her confidence. So mother, if you're listening today, praise God that you now have the confidence to let people know I'm just now learning. And that is okay. Y'all, even that is paying it forward. And if I could call you, mother, to action, is to let people know, regardless of their age, they can seek assistance to help empower them so that they can impact the world. And let me say this to everyone, regardless of what your title is, regardless of your socioeconomic status, regardless of your language barriers, regardless of anything that you may have that you feel that is a block, you can use that to empower someone else. We have to stop diminishing who we are and what we have to offer. We're all great. We're all brilliant. We're all fantastic. We're all amazing. We are who we say we are. So today, before we go into a 1-week break, we'll be back the following week. I want you to hear this. I want you to know the life that is within you that is time to come out. So my paying it forward today is to speak life to you, to speak life to that written work, to speak life to your business, to speak life to your healing, to speak life to your bank accounts, to speak life to you, to speak life to your marriage, to speak life to your children, to speak life to your community, to speak life to your home, to speak life to everywhere you journey today, to speak life. To speak life to when you're speaking life to someone else, to give you the encouragement to stand up and do the ministry, to do the purpose, to do the calling that God has placed upon you in this season. It's not by mistake. It's not by chance that you're hearing these words. These words, I believe, that they're going to serve as, let me see, how do I want to say this? They're going to serve as confirmation to what you've already heard. It's by no mistake. It's not a coincidence. We don't believe in coincidences here. No, we believe in the God of gods who call us to do great, wonderful, and mighty things. For he is amazing. He's awesome. He is our everlasting Father. He is the King of Kings. He is Lord of Lords. Now, again, I know we have people that tune in from here, from all over, from all types of life walks, from all types of religion. We get it. But I cannot apologize for who God has called me to be. And I'm going to continue to rise up and speak truth to power. So listen, y'all, we're talking about voting. We need to know the truth to that. So I got to follow what my mentor just told me. If you're not a subscriber to the Friday Rundown, you can go to gaildudley.com. A pop-up box will pop up. Complete the pop-up box. You'll be a subscriber to the Friday Rundown. So y'all, with that, thank y'all for letting us take a break next week. Also, manuscripts and mimosas, there will not be one. There will not be a live one tomorrow for First Friday. You will receive a packet about building your tribe. You will receive that. That will serve as our May offering. I just got to breathe. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. When I leave Saturday at 3:00, I'm headed to the airport. Because I'm leaving and then I'll be back. I just need that break. I need that break. And I want to speak to all of you. You take a break also. It's okay to take a break and live your life worthy of the calling. Y'all know what I say, everybody. Stay well. And as always, remember to make some bold moves. We're out.
Motion.